Erna is the perfect embodiment of poise, probity, and persistence. She's quietly efficient in a scary sort of way. So that's why I've never crossed her.
I could probably name several qualities that make her an attorney among attorneys, but one of the most striking qualities is her ability to evaluate a situation and evaluate the people involved in the situation to come up with strategies and approaches to accomplish whatever the goal is. She has a feel for the court, and I'm referring to a basketball court. She can see what's going on. She can read people. I wouldn't want to play poker with her. She has the ability to size up a situation, to come up with an appropriate strategy, and to help people involved do the best they can to accomplish that strategy. Her commitment to whatever she's doing is unparalleled. When she's involved with something, if she's asked to do something, she does it 110%.
I would say that her character is top shelf. She is a delightful person with great character, the utmost professionalism, and very thorough in everything that she does, whether it is through her legal work or through her volunteer work, which is where I know her mostly, through the Bar Association.
My most memorable moment with Erna was in the deposition in Jacksonville, where we bothered the plaintiff enough so that he stormed out of the room cursing at the top of his lungs, and his lawyer had to calm him down before we could resume. And then later in that same case, several days later, we deposed this man's psychiatrist, and Erna taught that psychiatrist how to be deposed. He expected a 30-minute quick recitation of his medical records that he could finish. By the time Erna had finished with him, we had a very different story.
What story comes to mind about Erna's clerkship with Judge Perry? She would shrink to hear me report what it was, but at the time, pistol-packing Erna carried a small hand weapon in her purse, and in coming in for an interview with His Honor, went through the metal detector, which went off, and she was found with that firearm in her possession, which would have landed all three of us in prison immediately with felony charges. But they thought there was nothing wrong with that. They got a good laugh out of it, and she went on in and got the job.
I might add to that, she tells that Judge Perry had his chair turned away toward the wall when she came in his office, and she began to apologize for making a foolish mistake, and he was looking at the wall laughing, because he said, "I saw you talk my bodyguards into letting you in the courthouse. You must be quite persuasive."
Family has always come first to Erna, and that will always be the case, whether we're talking about her children, Sarah and David, or her husband, Bill. They are her priority, and she always places their needs and their good health and happiness first. And I think that is says a lot about her as a person and as a parent. And if you ever met the children, you would understand exactly what I'm talking about. They're just amazing young people, brilliant, beautiful children who have grown up to be outstanding adults as well.
One thing I do know about her children, they went to the same schools that mine went to, and they were raised just as you would expect them to be with a parent like Erna. They had good character, they had good humor, and they were both very bright and dedicated. I remember at her son's high school graduation, he showed up wearing cowboy boots. That was his form of protest, of which he was quite proud and of which she was mortally embarrassed. And he's gone on to have a very fine career. And like Erna, who was an accomplished virtuoso pianist, their daughter is also quite the musician and has been quite successful in that artistic field as well.
If you are fortunate enough to count her as a friend, you have a friend for life. And that is something that means as much to me as anything I can say. I can't begin to explain what it means to me to count them as friends and to know that she is so deserving of this honor and every honor that she has ever received. And I congratulate the University of South Carolina School of Law for recognizing her fine character and her commitment to the profession.